The Snake and the Apple. Listen closely, because this story begins with a hunger so sharp, so all consuming, that it nearly swallowed the one who carried it. Deep in a sun drenched orchard, where golden light drifted through swaying leaves, a young snake named Silt slithered beneath apple trees older than memory itself. Every creature in the orchard knew Silt. Quick, curious, and convinced that one day he would become the greatest eater the forest had ever known. He swallowed berries whole. He gulped eggs in a single tilt of the head. He even bragged often that he could swallow anything, anything at all. And yet, beneath his bravado, there pulsed a quiet, restless craving, an urge to prove himself. One morning, after a long night of boasting to the crickets, Silt woke beneath the biggest apple tree he had ever seen. Its branches groaned with enormous fruit, apples the size of pumpkins, glossy and red as fresh embers. And in the center of the grass lay one apple, fallen early, shining like a ruby dropped from the sky. Silt stopped breathing. It was perfect. It was enormous. And it called to him with the silent whisper of a dare. He slithered closer, tongue flickering. Could he? Would he? Should he? He circled the apple once, twice, delight swelling inside him until it almost cracked his scales. I can swallow this, he whispered, convincing himself. I can swallow anything. He bit into the apple. A burst of sweetness flooded his mouth, so rich, so unexpected, that for a moment Silt believed destiny itself had finally bowed to him. And then he tried to swallow. The apple didn't move. Silt adjusted his jaw, widening it with the practiced confidence of a snake who had never failed before. He tugged. He strained. He pushed himself forward, trying to engulf the apple whole. It didn't work. He tried again, and again, and again. By the 10th attempt he was trembling, his jaw aching, his scales scraped raw where the apple's firm skin resisted him like a stone wall. Panic fluttered in his throat. What if he couldn't do it? What if the crickets laughed? What if the orchard whispered that Silt, the great eater, had finally met something bigger than his pride? But the truth was even sharper. He couldn't breathe properly. His jaw was stuck around the apple's edge. He felt trapped, foolish, and suddenly frightened. His heartbeat thudded like distant drums. He wriggled backward, desperate now. The apple finally slipped free, rolling away as Silt collapsed into the grass, gasping. For a long, trembling moment he lay there, staring at the sky. And slowly, humbly, he understood. Some things aren't meant to be swallowed. Some things are meant to be tasted, respected, or left alone. And chasing something simply because you want to prove you can take it can choke the joy out of everything. The orchard breeze cooled his scales as he curled beside the apple, not to conquer it, but to rest. He took a gentle bite this time, a small one. Enough to savor, not devour. And for the first time he felt full, not in his belly, but in his heart, because he'd learned the lesson every growing creature eventually faces. Strength isn't measured by how much you can take in, but by knowing what is too much. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.